Hello, good evening, it's Laura from www.heavymetal.at, and today I'm here with two very special persons. The interviewer, Morten Sorensen from Amaranthe, and our victim, Marco Minnemann. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Kill him.
Okay. Kill you with... I don't have any sticks. I took the weapons.
Okay, here we go.
Yeah, so let's try it again, because for some reason it didn't work in the previous take.
Okay, this is the good take.
Is it filming now?
Yeah.
It's live.
Okay,
no.
You can go.
So where are we right now?
This looks like a bus in Italy.
Yeah.
And so we call this place Rezzato.
Yeah.
And abbiamo fame. I don't know.
How was it waking up here today?
I was waking up here. Hang on, I was actually waking up on the bus in front of the hotel, and then went inside the hotel. And it was quite peaceful. It is a nice area. Lots of flying insects trying to claim the blue sky their own, and descending down into the light of the stage and eating us alive.
Wow.
At least they're making the attempt, I think. But I have sticks.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah. So that was that.
Okay. I've just asked because sometimes it can be quite surreal to wake up at some random place on this planet, and you never know what to expect. You get out of the bus and you can look like this with like cows and all kind of weird creatures living around.
And sometimes you get on the bus and you find Marco.
Yeah, sometimes.
Talking about weird creatures. Yeah. So,
yeah.
So there you go. So you answered your own question. Hang on, that was not a question.
Oh, I actually do have questions. So
hey.
let's look at them. Okay, what does it say? Does it say something Marco charming?
I don't even...
Okay.
Aye.
So...
You didn't study!
I didn't study.
You didn't study!
I'm a poor interviewer. This is my first interview. Sorry.
Well,
but let's see.
You better kind of make it right. God damn it.
Okay. I'm a pro.
Nah, we're good.
So, yeah. Actually, I want to talk to you about what's happening right now. What is going on? You're touring right now with the...
Indeed.
Yeah.
With the Joe Satriani band here. And it's really very much fun, as you can see. This is my lounge, which is actually how I travel. I claim this lounge my own. Yeah. Nobody's really here except for me, which is fantastic. It really is that way, because the other guys always want to hang downstairs, and I like hanging upstairs, and so... That's it.
I get it.
Isn't that great?
It's a pretty good practice pad.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? You know. So, and the tour's going great. Joe's a lovely guy. It's fun to play with the band. My buddies are here. Actually, Brian, who I have also the Aristocrats band with, and Mike Keneally, who I've known for over a decade now. So it's a fun band, good hang, nice people most of the time, and nice shows most of the time.
Most of the time.
No, I know we're having fun, really.
Yeah. Do you have drum solos?
I do, in fact. I have a drum solo.
Yeah.
Joe wanted me to do a drum solo, and I didn't refuse. I was like,
always do a drum solo.
There you go, then.
Yeah.
It was kind of a fun thing, you know, because Mick, who's the manager, he kind of took me aside and he said, like, and Joe was like totally easygoing. He wants me to have all kinds of freedom. He just never really says anything that, you know, I shouldn't do or that he wants to have or something. He always goes like, do your thing, you know, and we kind of really agreed on these kind of, of the symbiosis, what happens there. And he goes like, oh, I just love, you know, what you bring to the table, what you bring to the music. And he said this kind of thing. Mick, I remember he said, look, you know, 2 hours of guitar solo can be really long, you know, so just do your thing, we love it.
So we have a 50 minutes drum solo now.
Exactly.
Like that.
Yeah, something like that.
Including the warm-up, of course.
That's right, that's right. No, but Joe is actually a great guy, and also what he plays. He's one of those guitar players who doesn't really play. I mean, of course, there's many notes happening, but for some reason the songs really grip in a different way. You know, like not only guitar players come to the shows. You know, he's like almost like the AC/DC of guitar players, isn't he? You know, like if you know, people that work in the office would mention Joe Satriani. You know what I mean? You know that as well, and the musicians too. So he gets them all. Yeah. Lucky bastard.
Those fucking guitar players.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No.
So what is going to happen on the 9th of July?
Hang on, are you the interviewer or him?
What?
Let's...
No, actually, you should do the interview.
Who's
No.
behind the camera?
Yeah, exactly. Who's behind
Nobody's
the camera?
behind the
I
camera.
know who's behind the
Go
camera.
ahead.
I like the person sitting next to me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, there's some album being released.
Oh, that's
and,
correct.
yeah,
That's
I don't know
right.
it.
That's right. That's an album of this. Hang on. You know what? Funny enough, since Mick actually asked me to bring it, I have a promo copy of this, which is called EEPS. And
Oops.
EEPS. It sounds better when you burp it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have the expert right behind the camera there. Yeah.
Hang on. Yeah. So it's called EEPS.
Fantastic. Oh shit.
Good.
And it actually literally became a running gag about because we were, in fact, it started on tour when we were actually after the show drinking stuff and everybody kind of burps or something, you know, and I and we tried to burp certain words. Oops. Exactly. There you go. And that's what, and I kind of started burping eeps at some point, and people kind of liked it and started eepsing. And so that's when I kind of decided, and I wrote a song. This is based actually on burping noises, EEPS burping noises, and called the record EEPS. The EEPS is a very out album. There's like, you know, some songs that I like OCDC, which is actually a title, very
I
solid.
asked you about that one.
Yeah, that's such a weird track, you know, because I literally kind of Scott, who is co-producer of that album, he did the album I did with Tony Levin and John Rudis together, LMR, and he's a great guy. He's very enthusiastic and has great ears, and also EEPS, EEPS, EEPS.
Oh fuck, no way. I'm going away. Shit. I'm not gonna publish it.
No,
Or
you
maybe
can
yes.
cut that out. You can cut that out. Now, I know you might want to publish
Keep
it.
everything. Keep
Yeah.
everything.
Anyways, you know, so he kind of, I usually when I do my solo albums, I just do them and then kind of accomplish them and then, yeah, compile them and release them. And with him, all of a sudden, I had a guy, you know, to give the material, and he would okay it because he's the label. And so I did really this one song where I just took this 12-string guitar and it was completely out of tune, and I thought like, oh fuck, you know. And I thought, hang on, this sounds actually really inspiring and awesome. So I kind of, you know, just wrote a song with that out of tune guitar, and then I thought, well, in that note, you know, I kind of, on that note literally, I kind of, you know, use the bass guitar as well and detune it, and then the keyboards kind of with a, you know, wheel, kind of pitch wheel turned down halfway or something, and basically used the entire song with detuned instruments, and then kind of sang something which was completely about the opposite, about being compulsive.
Yeah, it's like
Obsessive compulsive. I was completely like, what the
reminds me
fuck?
of John Cage or something, you know.
Yeah.
That like
Maybe, yeah.
But he calls it like to like prepare the piano. You put
Ah.
all these screws and
Right,
it's very systematic,
right.
but it kind of works. You know?
You know, that's why, you know, I already wrote it somewhere actually on my website, but or on my Facebook, but it was literally that way. I'm happy to repeat it. It was really the story, because I thought like, wow, now I'm gonna send the song to Scott, and he's probably gonna think like, what the fuck are you doing there, you know? Like, I really thought so, you know. I thought like, it's either way, something comes back like, okay, that was good, now let's do the next song, or something comes back like, this is actually pretty cool. And it was actually the second one. He was literally like, God, this is genius, I never heard anything like that. I was like, really? And he goes, yeah, we should kind of do that. And you know what, the funny thing is, and he did this out video to it, he collected all kinds of weird shit, so he did like this really bizarre thing to it. And, well, you know, as usual, some people get it and some people don't, you know. And of course I'm happy for the people who get the humor and like the outness of it, you know.
That's a very unique way of releasing music. I mean, in general, it seems like you're just spitting out music all the time. You have a lot of stuff that you kind of...
I always have my composing tools with me right now in the hotel, and I write and get inspired by things. You know, can't do anything else.
Do you record every time you have an idea? Do you record it somewhere and just to keep it? You know. Yeah.
I do have it. You know, I kind of either way, if it's on my iPhone, even if I have an idea, and then later on I translate it in my hotel room with the guitar or you know, the computer, and I collect all these pieces and form songs of it.
So the drumming is secondary in some way?
Honestly, it is. This is the funny thing, you know, because people know me as a drummer mainly. It's not, I know you're laughing, you know, but, and people do, but honestly, I see myself more as a composer. I have so many solo albums out, and I do this, you know, as a passionate way as well as I do it with just the drumming in bands, you know. But people who know my music, you know that I, you know, play the instruments and write. But yes, I definitely kind of go on stage and play drums. This is my most virtuous instrument, and I just love beating these things on stage. So.
Yeah, yeah. So that comes like that's not something you have to put your mind into in the same way as maybe composing music. That just happens natural, maybe.
Yeah, yeah. It's a different thing, isn't it? You know, it's like well, it's not a different thing. It goes hand in hand. That's what I wanted to say. Actually, quite the opposite. It you know, either way, there's an idea coming from a guitar riff, or from a piano lick or something, or from an entire kind of song concept that I have in my head, and then after that, mainly, I just, you know, use the drums as an accompany, you know, instrument or something like that. But sometimes it's also when you sit down and you just, you know, start playing around and kind of all of a sudden you kind of come across like,
you hear music when you play, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's something you can sometimes see with drummers playing. You can see, oh, he's playing to something in his mind as well as the actual music he's playing. He's actually playing something.
Yes, it's like when you have like music in your head while you're playing. That's a good thing. I try to do this actually here on the drum solos with Joe to a certain extent as well.
Yeah.
With Joe, it's like one of those things because, well, you'll see it later. The crowds are more like a rock crowd, you know, and so you can't, of course, just go all jazz on them, you know. So I kind of try to combine things, you know, do like some technique, do some groove, do like some melody stuff, and then of course some madness with like stick shit and stuff. People love that stuff.
Everybody loves that stuff.
Yeah. Oh no, not everybody loves that stuff. I tell you what, when you look at kind of comments on YouTube or on the web or whatever on Facebook, there's always somebody who has something to say, right? You know, there's like you never find like you never please everyone. No. You know, there's like always like some.
Because if you actually drop a stick at some point, people are oh, so you do the stick tricks and sacrifice the music because you drop a stick.
Yeah.
It's like no. People always look for mistakes, of course.
No, I tell you what, the mistakes is actually something that people love. Oh, this is awesome, you know, this shows that you're human. But sometimes just people go like, you know, when you kind of, you know, do the flip thing or whatever kind of shit, you know, and then you go like, oh, that's a nice circus solo there, you know. So you think like, oh, God, you know, okay, why don't you just shut the fuck up? Why don't you go on stage and do your thing? You know, let's see, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm just, you know, want to bring joy to the people, right?
You have it's the overall package. It's not just one thing, one aspect. It's like the whole.
No.
Oh, shit.
No, what the fuck?
Okay, I guess interview is over now.
Yes, that's it.
Shit.
Hang on, do this and put this into there. Yes, so there you go.
So we have to start all over again now.
Yeah.
Yes,
all
please.
right. We'll sit down here in that
about
fantastic
mistakes,
pose.
Mistakes not happen, so no. Yeah, I mean I had so many questions, you know.
Yeah. Now there's nothing.
Obviously, now it's because this stuff happened with this can now.
Yeah,
I don't know what to do now.
Yeah, it's
shit.
It's like an earthquake.
What can I say?
You know, it's like one of these things. You know, you don't expect these things.
Yeah. A lot of good questions actually.
Oh,
yeah.
You never know, but
in that case,
so many questions.
Roll the dice.
So many good questions. Yeah, but
that.
Okay.
By chance. One.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That one. Okay, so if I have to read it out loud, it says anything you haven't done musical-wise that you feel missing, any goals you haven't fulfilled yet.
Strange. I don't really think about that.
No.
I just let it happen automatically.
Yeah.
It's like it falls from the sky.
Yeah.
That's how I kind of see music and actually everything that happens. I kind of, you know, I never really live to force myself to do things. I always really let it happen. It's with the albums as well. As long as things fall from the sky and it's beautiful, I keep collecting them and putting out music. And it's the same with bands, with the Aristocrats, my own band, or Stephen Wilson, or this. As long as these people kind of come to me and want me to contribute to their music, I'm happy.
But you have opened the door at some point. You have created the opportunity for this stuff to happen. I
guess, but I think it's like more the thing. You're right there.
Yeah, there's a roof. Okay.
So yeah, no, of course. I mean, look, you know, the thing is like you keep making music and believing in yourself. You know, this is like always a message I give to the people. It's like always believe in yourself, no matter what the world around you says. You know, because there's so many envious people, so many people that always want to kind of have something to nag or kind of, you know, about. And, you know, if you kind of let these people into your doors, you know, it kind of badly can influence you, you know. And I think, you know, just keep doing what you do, and if you believe in it and some other people believe in it, then it gives you the right to continue. And and that's, I guess, what I did, you know. People love comparing you always. That's kind of one of those things. And especially with, exactly, and with EEPS, that's difficult. With the OCDC song, especially, right? What, you alright there?
No, about a burp.
Oh, the verb.
It was totally random, actually.
Oh, it's okay.
You're disgusting.
EEPSing is a lot. What, you EEPS first? Anyways, with this OCDC song, you know, that was like one of those things that, you know, people, some of them couldn't really place into a certain kind of cupboard, you know, or kind of drawer, you know, so they were like, what is it? I can't compare that. So either way, it must be awesome or shit. You know,
yeah,
some people
you
really
put
think that
everything
way,
in
right?
boxes. Yeah, this is this kind of genre. This is this.
Yeah. So that's what happens actually with a lot of the bands. Actually, most of my favorite bands are the ones you can't compare, right? Like Queen, you know, for example, is one of my favorite bands, or Frank Zappa, you know.
Yeah.
And when those guys came out, nobody heard anything like that, right? You know, and so it's kind of funny, and then, you know, the reaction later on gives them the right to do this.
Yeah.
You know, so it's kind of cool, and I kind of like these things. I never, you know, I'm never looking for something that already exists, or that kind of is, or that I, you know, that's purposely want to compare to or something. So I always look for something, that falls from the sky and is kind of, hang on, I created something.
You seem to be at a place where you can you have the ultimate freedom musical-wise.
Yes, isn't it great?
All these great artists, you're doing your own stuff, you're playing all kinds of instruments, you can produce, you can just, okay, I want to create something, I'm gonna do it now.
It's we benefited from that, you know, like, a lot of artists actually benefited from this kind of thing, from the downfall of the major record companies, since we're able to compose and record at home with affordable equipment that still sounds great. Nobody will kind of sit there and kind of tell you what you do, or, you know, what they want you to do, so because you can release it through your own channels meanwhile and give it straight to the fans. Yeah. That is fantastic.
Yeah, it is,
isn't it?
Yeah,
So
brave new world. It's not
cool.
that new anymore, but yeah, it's it's fantastic, and it's a fantastic tool, and especially if you have the facilities to do it, and you can and you have the proper taste. I mean, you have to be able to keep it up, you know, to keep people interested. You have to deliver every time. Still, you have to.
Of course.
And I don't know how many albums you have made, but you have made a lot. I mean, I remember when I discovered you through the first DVD, you already had all these albums.
Yeah, no.
Already by then.
I always do these, I don't know, it's like I say, you know, other people go to work, right? I'm doing that.
So how is it when I mean, at this time of your life, are you still interested in like pushing the boundaries of drumming, of the instrument?
Of drumming?
Yeah.
You know what? This is a funny thing. I never really thought of that way. That was like, you know, literally a thing that kind of Warner Brothers and all those companies, you know, and you know, great, thanks for doing that, but kind of saw, they kind of, because I always had like in my mind, you know, certain things how I wanted to hear drums to sound and kind of ways to go on drums and to approach them. So I just actually did that and kind of worked on it, and then the reaction really was like, oh hey, hang on, this guy does something that I would like to know, you know, and so then that's when companies came and kind of went like and labeled you as the guy for a while, like, he's the independence dude, or he's the guy who does this or that and that. And I think
interdependence.
Like, interdependence, right? You know, and for me it was just literally just a tool. It was my way of thinking. Yeah. And honestly, like a decade ago, when these CDs came out, or some of the DVDs came out, or the books, it almost was like a curse for a few years. I mean, really? I don't want to call it a curse, but the thing is, like, it literally took like another 2 or 3 years until people kind of, you know, saw again, okay, hang on, he's putting out CDs, he's playing with bands, because for that while, because there's one DVD and the book really had a lot of impact in the drumming world, and the drumming world wanted it, you know, it was like literally one of those kind of things. Yeah. Yes, let's do it, you know, it was like almost like what the guitar players had in the 80s, it happened with the drummers in the 90s then, you know. And I never wanted to be part of it. I was kind of automatically kind of shoved into this direction. I'm not regretting it because it brought me a lot, but I'm more so happy that now I have the chance to EEPS and also the chance to play with all these wonderful people, you know. So that kind of, It's either way fine.
But then, I mean, for me personally, it made a huge impact, that DVD.
Oh, cool.
It's totally worn out. It's I've been like rewinding everything and like, what is he doing there? And reading the charts and what is this? And, okay, he's doing this ostinato here.
Oh yeah.
I don't have these pedals. Shit. You know, it was and it set a completely new level for many drummers.
Oh.
Because especially during the metal community, because they're always very technical minded. You know, they want if they see someone doing something that other drummers don't do, then we have to
What's
do
going
this.
on there?
We
Yeah.
all need to do this.
That's
now.
true.
This is the new standard.
Yeah.
And then there is some kind of simplified version of it throughout metal drummers now.
Oh, the dancing feet kind of thing.
Yeah. You just have 4 pedals and you just do this.
Yeah.
That's it. Then you can play blast beats and.
Right. Exactly.
It's not exactly the same. It's no dynamic and no.
Yeah, that's a fine line. You know, it's like, you know, you want to do music with the instrument, right? You know.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, hey, you know, if it accompanies the style and the band, you know, bless them.
But it easily gets turned into exercises by everyone.
Yes.
Some kind of discipline that you need to master. Just for the sake of it somehow.
Yeah. See, my mission was like really just like, look, this is what I do. You guys want to know about it, so I'm gonna present it. And then you get kind of thrown in all these categories, isn't it? Later on, you know, it's like, oh, he's that guy who only does this, you know, or people go like, oh my God, what the fuck is that? You know, how can we learn this? And for me, it was like, I didn't want to scare people with this or anything, or kind of, you know, I just hope, you know, that people had fun with it or got something out of it, you know.
So actually, one thing I would really like to know about is your actual sound, because you have some kind of signature sound always.
Really, that's
always hear it.
Good to know.
Oh, you can always hear if it's Marco playing on something.
Oh, that's nice.
It's not just the production. I mean, even though your production has some kind of similarity there,
right.
I think.
Okay. Well, thank you.
There is some kind of signature sound. I don't know if it's.
I think it's the way you always hit drums. You know, that's kind of the thing. For example, I'm very focused on hitting the snare drum. Actually, I most of the time use rim shots, but I never leave the stick on the snare drum. So I always want to have a very precise snare drum sound, no matter what I do. And it's actually the same for the toms. To me, it's like I see it in a sort of EQ world.
Yeah.
So to me, it's like the toms are mid EQ. Well, first of all, the cymbals are high EQ. They're up there, you know, and they are fairly high. Well, I'm a tall guy, actually, so still when you see me play and the cymbal is up there, I still can reach it without bending my arm or something. And so they don't really interfere or overspeak into the microphone, so I like actually really clean separation. Toms, the mid-range, melody, snare, obviously high EQ, and then the low EQ is the kick drum, and I try to separate it as good as possible, so... EEPS. For the most of the time. It was a Coca-Cola thing, wasn't it?
Okay.
And somebody's coming in.
Hi. Hello.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Hang on.
I don't want to interrupt.
That's okay.
EEPS. EEPS.
EEPS.
EEPS. EEPS.
Yeah. Cool. Right. Okay. See you in a bit. Okay. Where were we?
Here we are again.
Yeah.
I don't know. What did we talk about?
Yeah. It's yeah. I mean.
What was it again?
Talk about. Yeah.
What did I stop? Oh yeah, the high EQ, blah blah blah, EEPS and stuff. So yeah, I use pretty much a 24-inch kick drum most of the time, or 23-inch. Like I make sure that it's kind of low and fat.
23-inch. Does the okay? So
it's weird. It's just like it was not purposely happening. You know, it was like literally the DW gave me a few 23-inch kick drums they made, and they sounded great. A few 24-inch kick drums as well, and those sound fantastic too. I just like meanwhile this great separation between them.
So you also have the drum heads for them, right?
Yeah, it's weird, isn't it? It's like, you know, yeah, there's kind of it's only a few they make there, but you know. So I kind of, it's more like a metal, 14x6 snare drum. All the Noble and Coolies sound great too. I shouldn't say that. DW, of course. And anyways, lots of shit on the drum set.
Yeah,
going drums and stuff.
So, what about performing all this solo material live?
Yeah. We do that partially with my band, the Aristocrats.
Yeah.
So that's also like a nice vehicle to kind of, you know, use that material and kind of, you know, bring it on stage. But yeah, usually I work with these kind of things in, yeah, kind of completely solitude, you know, at home. Love it. It was always like a one-man studio production.
So when you're done with one album, are you already ahead to the next one?
Yes.
Yeah.
I already have for the next album pretty much 3/4 done.
It's just an output for you, you know.
I love that. And then I channel it sometimes into different, yeah, kind of variations, you know, or projects. Like some stuff goes to LMR, some stuff goes to Aristocrats.
Ah, okay.
And some stuff, it has to have a message, doesn't it? I don't want to just randomly kind of, you know, oh, here it is, you know, let's just put it in all one pot and there's a new CD. So it's got to have a sound, you know, and definitely this one has a weird sound to it, that's for sure, you know.
Yeah.
Song titles like Cheap as Fuck and Awesome as Hell.
Yeah.
OCDC, EEPS, Life Ghost, Dead Ghost.
Oh.
There's like 2 songs, right on time and out of tune.
Sushi Cat Doll.
Sushi Cat Doll. And a song called Douche.
Yeah,
That's actually very
Douche.
interesting too. So, I hope you're having fun with this.
Yeah. Oh yes, it's gonna be interesting. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
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 We got
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know if it's.
Choose one by chance.
I'm. Yeah. I mean, I'm a little bit interested in your whole idea of this metal scene, since you've been a little bit of a part of it with
Yeah.
both Necrophagist and.
Necrophagist and Creator. for
Yeah.
example.
Yeah. I was so surprised.
Yeah.
You played it with Creator.
Oh yeah. That was fun. It was a lot of fun. I love metal. I grew up, you know, listening to metal. You know, my biggest influences, like I first said, was of course Queen and all those bands, but also Led Zeppelin, Kiss, and then, you know, from there on it went to metal, like Maiden, you know, and Priest, and then Slayer, of course, you know, and all these bands, you know, and I was kind of, you know, listening to all that stuff, and still have, you know, some of it that I go back to and really like. I remember, like, just actually now, from the last thing I listened to the hotel actually was Judas Priest, British Steel, which is such a fucking great album. So just I don't know, you know, and yeah, so that's why I think like all these things, you know, somehow that I like are imprinted, you know, in my listening pleasure, you know, definitely, and no matter if it's Richie Sakamoto, Prince, or Queen, or Slayer, you know, it's all fine. Or Kraftwerk.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, what about that? What about electronic music?
Love it.
Yeah,
I love
yeah.
electronic music. You know, it's like just creating sounds. It's like also a cool thing. It's like it goes hand in hand with composing, isn't it? With kind of, you know, breaking new ground. You know, doing new things. Electronic world, always interesting things to offer.
Yeah.
On stage, I gotta say though, I just love the sound of acoustic drums.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
No matter what, you know, there's
Everything
nothing.
has its place, of course. But,
Yeah. There's nothing about like going out and
No,
playing.
definitely not. Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah. Well, here we go, huh?
Yeah, I guess if everybody's happy,
That was a pretty elaborate thing already, huh?
Last 2 questions.
That's 2 questions.
Yeah.
What do we have here?
Oh, you find them.
Oh.
Oh.
This question doesn't make any sense right now after meeting you.
Oh.
Have you ever needed a break
Are you
from
an
drumming
asshole?
and music? No, but have you ever needed a break from drumming and music?
Absolutely not.
No.
To me, this is like literally like brushing teeth, or you know, it's I like to have music around me, and there's, you know, such a huge kind of pot to kind of, you know, or pond to kind of get things out of it. It's like, you know, universe itself, and I want to keep that rolling. I never really had that moment where I thought like, ew.
No.
I don't want to
Never
do
get
this.
too much, no.
I sometimes think about, you know, when you're on tour and the tour's not doing well, you know, or the organization and shit, that can sometimes happen, you know. It's not always like this, right? You know, so, and then I sometimes think, you know what, I could be at home and not tour anymore and just write. That's what I sometimes have. But hey, with this machinery here, it's just great, you know.
Yeah, it looks like it, yeah.
And we do want you to continue on this path.
Thank you very much.
Oh, you're welcome. More than welcome.
So you will still go on stage tonight and play some...
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
See you then.
Thank you.
Thank you for your time, Marco.
Oh,
thank you for your time,
very
Morten.
much.
And see you on stage tonight.
Very much.
Have a nice day, have a nice night, have a nice dinner, and bye bye.
Mille grazie. Adesso mi tiro una bella sega. Okay.
Oh, what the fuck!
I didn't understand.
Where are you from again?